Hey everyone, it's Jenna Melanson from Canadian Beats Media. Today I'm joined by Waris from the Edmonton, Alberta-based technical death metal band Vaegon, who will be performing at Decimate Metalfest in June. Welcome, Waris.
Hey, thanks for having me on show, Jenna. It's our pleasure to represent the band. And yeah, I'll be chatting with you on behalf of Vaegon.
Okay. So first off, care to introduce the band a bit more in depth for our listeners?
100%. So the band was formed in late 2021, somewhere around December. And it was just a thought initially, like me and Kyle, the guitarist of the band, we're big fans of technical death metal. And we've been out of the scene. Like for me, I've been out of the scene for over a decade. He's been out of the scene for about 5 years. And our passion for the music, I mean, it's always been there, but life kind of takes over sometimes on some of the other things. But anyways, we got together, wrote some music, and it was starting to get a bit more serious. And we're like, hey, we have some tracks. Like, why don't we try and form a band and see what we can do with it? And we were fortunate enough to kind of pair up with a lot of local established musicians who were already part of the scene. So it made it a little bit easier for us to bring our music out, kind of uh, put it on everyone's playlist here in the local scene. And Edmonton metal scene, it's super tight. Like everyone, it's a small knit community. Everyone supports each other. So yeah, everything's kind of worked out there. And from that aspect, 2023 was when we officially launched the band, like out in the social media platforms. We took almost a year to write the music, prepare content, and kind of have a plan to put good music out there. We didn't want to rush the process, so it took about a year to organize everything. We released our first single in March, and our first EP, 5-song EP, in May of 20 or July, sorry, July of 2023. At that point, we hadn't played any shows because we wanted to put the music out there first, market ourselves, and this is who we are, this is what we sound like, and then kind of go out and play some shows. We paired up for our first run of shows with another Edmonton-based death metal band. They've been around forever, and those guys are really good friends too. So we were fortunate that we were part of their tour as their direct
Mhm.
support, and we played a little Alberta run. We haven't played outside of Alberta yet. We do have plans to go out, but we can chat a bit more on
Okay,
that later.
awesome. So tell us a bit about your latest release.
Our latest release was the 5-track EP, which was in July. And since we've been actively working on our full-length record, which we're hoping to release early next year, we haven't shared the date yet, but it's definitely going to be the first quarter of 2025. We're just working on a few different promoting tactics and who we are going to collaborate with for that release. So just some of those fine-tune items, and spaced out the releases because we just released our 5-song EP. We're going on tour. So we want to space everything out appropriately because, again, doing everything at the same time might not have the same effect and impact. We are preparing, though, in the meantime, between now and before the release, we're going to put a few singles out just to kind of give the audience a taste of what our full length may sound like. So yeah, we're really excited about that. We have picked the songs that we're going to release as singles, and they're currently in the mix and master phase. So over the next few weeks, we'll be making some announcements on when we're releasing those singles over the next few months, of course.
Okay. So how important is it for you to perform at festivals like Decimate Metal Fest, where diversity and inclusion are celebrated, including featuring youth bands?
For me personally, it's very important, and the band, of course, because we discuss all these things. It's not just me that's playing the festival.
Mhm.
It's very important to me because, again, I'm an older guy coming back into the music, like in my kind of mid 30s.
Mhm.
So the youth is the next group of people that will promote and that will kind of, pretty much passing on the torch to the
Yeah.
youth. So it's very important. And we live in a world right now. It's diverse, it's inclusive. There's a lot of things, and yeah, it's very important that in this world of hate, and I wouldn't say hate, but a lot of people have opinions and all that, and it's good. It's always good to have those debates, have those discussions. But I think with everything that's going on, finding a happy median where everyone can just express themselves, whether it's metal, whether it's any form of art. Like music is a form of art, so is any other performance. So I mean, we all have things that we prefer, things that we don't prefer. I mean, it's a matter of opinion, right? But it's important to me that we all find that happy median and show each other that, hey, listen, various forms of art can collaborate and put on a great show. So I think it's a great initiative, and I'm definitely stoked to be part of it. And yeah, and help the cause as much as I can.
For sure. So, have you had chance to check out the lineup for Decimate Metal Fest?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. We're like the promoters are they're great at communicating. They have been keeping all the bands up to date on the changes, the lineup, and who we're going to be playing with, and
Okay.
everything else. Yeah, and so far it looks good. There's also a group chat, so all the band
Okay.
members and all the performers are all collaborating, chatting, and just having a good laugh. So
That's
yeah,
good.
so far it's been good. At least among the performers, it's been a positive experience so far. And special thanks, of course, goes out to Sloan for giving us this opportunity and being such a good promoter.
So, are there any specific bands you're especially excited to check out?
Oh, 100%. Art of Deception has been doing really good. So definitely excited to be part of the bill with them. So we're performing the same night. So
Hmm.
that's definitely going to be a party. A lot of friends that we haven't seen in almost a year and a half. Like we usually see them at festivals. So,
Hmm.
uh, but never had the opportunity to kind of play together. So playing at a festival together, that's definitely fun. And fun fact, most of my band members, they played festivals and whatnot. This is my very first festival.
Okay.
I've played a lot of shows, toured and whatnot, but never played a festival before in the last 20 years. So this is the first for me. So I'm personally very excited to do
Definitely.
this.
How does your band approach crafting a set list for festival instead of a regular show?
It depends on the set time and the time we're playing. Depends on audience. There's a lot of factors. So set time is probably one of the biggest determining factor. The other
Hmm.
factor is what kind of bands we're playing with. Are they in the death metal realm, and are they heavier, more extreme? So, like if you're on a bill with six other bands, that's not really that heavy, and then we're like the heaviest band in there. So we have to kind of set our set list according to that because most of the audience would kind of be for those lighter style bands, right? So
Definitely.
we try to
Yes.
play some of our lighter songs and such, but the thing is, most of our songs are fairly intense, so it's hard to choose what we're gonna play. But so far it's worked out. I mean, the audience has
Mhm.
been great. In Edmonton, we have a massive metal scene, and people like heavy music. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how people react. Like as a band, this is our first festival,
Yeah.
so it'll be interesting to see how people react. But we do have a set list prepared for Decimate, and yeah, hopefully we can tear things down on the 7th of June.
And last but not least, what advice do you have for metal bands just starting out?
Just take your time. Take your time in make coming up with a plan. It's always good to approach things with a plan. I mean, we all want to play shows, we all want to put music out there, we want to put content out there, but it's very important to appreciate and recognize that creating good content, creating art takes time. Sometimes it comes naturally, it comes fast, but having a plan in mind, setting goals for yourself and expectations for yourself, that
Mhm.
where do I want to see myself in the next year, 2 years, 3 years? So have a plan in place. I mean, if it's just for hobby, have fun, go play as much as you can. But if you want to take it to the next level, it's always good to have a plan for yourself and then have set some goals that this is where I need to be. And
Mhm.
it's very important. And sometimes it's easy to lose motivation. You might feel like, you know what, I put this content out there, I put so much effort, and only 10 people liked it. So it's very easy to get demotivated from all that, that what's the point? But you just have to keep pushing. If you have your set, all right, if it's 10 people that liked it, that's still good. That's positive impact as opposed to zero people liking it, right? So you
Yeah.
just have to keep that positive mindset, no one's going to appreciate your art if you don't appreciate it. So if you're proud of what you made and you're marketing it to the best of your abilities, I think that's what's most important. Believe in yourself, have a plan, and execute.
Definitely. Great advice. So the next 5 questions are just for fun.
Okay.
What was the first music festival you ever attended as a fan?
Loud as hell
Okay,
in
awesome.
Edmonton. Yeah, it was 2023. Yeah, 2023.
Okay. If you could create a fantasy lineup for your dream metal festival, which 3 bands, living or dead, would you include to perform with you, with the band?
Oh, okay. Glad you said with me. Definitely Archspire. And then it would be Zenith's Passage and Fallujah.
Okay. If your band was to perform a cover of any non-metal song, what would you choose?
Probably Backstreet Boys. I've always been a big fan of Backstreet Boys as a kid. So yeah,
Okay.
we'd probably make it our own version
Yeah,
of it, but
definitely.
it would definitely be Backstreet Boys.
Awesome. Besides checking out the live music, what's the next best thing about festivals in your opinion?
It's just the atmosphere, meeting new people, just tenting out, and yeah, just the vibe of the whole thing. Like everyone getting together. Like even when I went down to the festival, I'm fairly new to Alberta. I've moved here in 2020, and then of course with COVID, everything shut down. So when I finally started going out meeting people, the one great thing that really touched me was people that I don't know, and now I'm like, I wouldn't say we're friends, but at least acquaintances, people that you meet in the
Yeah.
process, and at least when you see them, you have a good laugh. So it's the community, the togetherness at these festivals. Like even if you're there by yourself. So just a short message for whoever's considering going to festivals, but the only thing holding them back is, well, I don't really know anyone there. Don't think about it from that perspective. I didn't know anyone either. I went to these festivals and I know a lot of people. Like people are very welcoming when they see you're there by yourself. They will kind of include you in the group. So that's one thing that I like about music festivals. Again, I've only been to a few and I've had great experience so far going to
Okay.
these festivals.
And last but not least, if your band could have a celebrity guest join you on stage for a song at the festival, who would you want it to be?
Definitely Dean Lamb from Artspire.
Okay. So that's it for Zoomies Festival Edition. Thanks for joining me and have a blast at the fest.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Jenna. Appreciate it. Take care.